You barely even have time to gasp in surprise as Mars the Hunter grabs you by the shoulders and shoves you out of the cabin with a primal growl. I found the Hunter Mars's cabin, but Mars himself was decidedly unhelpful, even though not hostile. I'm not going to be able to learn anything from him directly, but there may be something within his cabin that can be of use to me. Perhaps I can find another way to slip by him. Oh, listen. Oh! Mountain lion. Die, mountain lion. Alright, it's dead. I wonder what the Legionnaire has on him. Let me see. Do you have any money? You have money. Yay. I don't need a torch, because I have plenty of torches. Alright, now let's go hide on top of his house. And wait by the hour to watch him leave. Wait. It's only 4:33 still. Oh, there he goes. Bye-bye. Alright. And he's gone. Now let me in your house. So I can go explore and maybe even steal stuff. Of course, not that he has anything worth stealing in this place. Except an urn root. Urn root's worth stealing. Let me see. Mars's journal. Most of what you find in the book are Mars's pompous ramblings as he recounts several minor accomplishments as a mercenary in the service of the Imperial Guard. However, one entry in particular immediately attracts your attention. During the winter of that year, a bitterly cold winter as I recall, I was approached once again by Edward Pellew, who claimed to have located the hiding place of our quarry. I will admit that at first I was skeptical of his discovery, as this was far from the first time he had made such a claim, yet he offered me half of the bounty if we made the kill. I decided to take a chance and don my armor one last time. The journey lasted about a week, and we made good time despite the heavy snowfall between muddy roads. Between us, we determined how we would approach our quarry's home, and once we were clear on the details, we set off immediately before our quarry could learn of our arrival. It was my sharp eyes that noticed our quarry's consort leaving the house and heading towards the obvious line of our advance. After alerting Pellew, the two of us lay low, and we waited for her to pass before continuing toward the house. Once there, we found that the door was bolted shut, and the windows had been boarded up, preventing our entry. Fortunately, we were prepared for just such an encounter, and after determining that our quarry was indeed inside the house, an easy feat to accomplish when one such as me has the hearing of a hunting dog, we ignited the incendiary device of Pellew's construction. What followed was a blur, and to this day I am still unsure of precisely what happened. I remember pounding on the door to the home and taunting our quarry, who remained sealed inside. Then Pellew threw the incendiary device through the window, and we both stood back and watched as the entire house ignited into flames. It would appear your arrival has interrupted Mars's completing this particular journal entry. However, there's one last side note made on the edge of one of the pages. 2, 14, and 6, in that order. Three numbers that to this day give me chills to think about. 3 numbers, and then all hell breaks loose. Yeah. And now we get to leave. And let us head back to this place. Excavation site. I said excavation site. I said excavation site! Yes, let's go. Want to go. Don't want to get my face pounded in by Mars. Oh, I should probably stop, but I don't want to stop. Loot faster! Okay. In we go. And loading. Get my torch out. My lovely dragon torch. Because my dragon torch is awesome. And down through the familiar passageway. I love how the tent just kind of glitches through everything. Alright, wanted to go this way. And up. And around. And through. Hello. No, this time you will not pass. Thank you, Gandalf. I made the mistake of being lax in maintaining the secret location of this excavation site. I will not make the same mistake again. Your friend Allecia Thorn managed to sneak past me while I was cataloging one particular discovery, but you will not have that luxury. The door to the next section of the mine is locked, and I have the only key, and only I have the key. You will not be going in there again anytime soon. And yeah, here, have money. Archaeologist sighs, and you know that your offer of a bribe is tempting him. Though my very being shudders at the thought of allowing it, I'm afraid I cannot turn down any extra money. Yay, bribes. I wonder how much money I'm bribing him with. Truth to tell, the career of an archaeologist doesn't pay particularly well, and most of the time I'm living off rations. Very well. Pay me 500 gold, I'll let you pass. Yay. Here, have cash. Here's your money. Deal's a deal, here's the key, just be sure not to damage anything. Just your creepy eyes.
Greetings to you.
Let me in. Yep, open the door. And throughward we go. Always moving. Passageways. Passageways are twisty-turny. Well, that's an interesting position to die in. Wow. Is that even, like, physically, humanly possible? I don't think so. Anyway. Random observation of dead zombies. 3 dead zombies. And here we go. Allecia. Speak to me, woman.
Looks like you're handy with a blade.
Thank the gods you are back. I cannot remember a time when I was more relieved to see someone than I am to see you now. So far, the archaeologists are yet to venture into this part of the cavern, so I have been able to ensure that this room remains undiscovered. But sooner or later, they will work up the courage to excavate deeper, so we must have completed our work before that time comes. Tell me, what did you encounter from Desh's enchanter? Well, he led me to this guy who threw me out of his house, but then I went and stole his journal. Alicia's brow furrows in concern. She inadvertently places her hand across her mouth as if to keep from screaming. So, Edward Pellew was involved after all. I had long suspected that he had been the instigator in my friend's downfall, but now I know for certain. It just seemed too convenient that he should seek you, and soon after you would discover a clue leading you to me. Obviously, he and Mars the Hunter are working together once more, intent on finishing what they started. Our time is short. We need to learn all there is to learn here and leave as quickly as possible. We need to learn how to unlock the door leading into the final section of the caverns. Do you have any advice? As to the runic alphabet used to be used on the Cyclopean architecture of the room, I can be of no help. But when I look at the contraption in the center, I cannot help but think of how much it reminds me of an ancient sailed sundial. Perhaps that can be of help to you. Yay. Okay, let me see. It's 2, 14, and 6. What does 2 look like? Two is an empty set. Oh wait, I need to see 4 too. 4 as well. Filled square. And I think a triangle. Empty set, filled square, empty triangle. Okay. Before you can touch the panel, Allecia taps you on the shoulder and will stand in front of you with this freakiness. However long this takes. Okay. Allecia moves to stand in front of you, her delicate hand hovering tentatively over the control panel on the door. I'll do it. I just want to look like I'm taking an active part in this quest to find your ancestry. You tell me what button you want me to press, and I'll press it. Okay, circle with a line through it. Allecia presses the button you indicated, and after a brief pause, the panel of the buttons flashes dimly. I think that the seal requires me to press another button. Which one do you think? Filled square. Allecia nervously stretches forth her hand and touches the second button. There's an audible click, but nothing more. Perhaps we need a third entry. Which one should I push? The empty triangle. Allecia takes a deep breath and touches the third button, and is soon rewarded with a much louder click. Well, that's it. The 3 buttons are pushed. Now we can only wait and see whether or not it worked. And waiting. Yay! And we are in. And here she comes, and there's noise. Oh, let me see. I think we're actually near the end of the Legacy arc now. I think. Flashback! As you walk into the room, your eyes immediately fall upon the strange apparatus lying in the center. Yet, even before you begin to consciously piece together precisely what the device may be, your vision swims and you feel yourself slipping into unconsciousness, I don't know, whatever. Great work. We've made it this far. Now we need only make it past the guards and we will be home free. You take the lead and I'll watch your back. If you get into a fight, try to end it as soon as possible before the alarm is raised. Alright, let's get going. Please tell me you're not killable right now. If you're killable right now, I will shoot you. Into the orphanage. Is there anything to take in here? Anything worthwhile, like money? Nope, no money. Okay.
Yeah. More fearsome handsome than you.
Your side.
This was a very interesting decision on their part. Make you fight in this freaking blurry other world. Freaking stupid. Let me heal myself.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Die. Alright, he's dead now. Sweet. I can finally heal myself again. His key. They have nothing worth taking. Alright. Well, I'm gonna use my heal other spells right now. Heal. Heal. I think it was a touch. Pretty sure I have a heal other spell. I guess not. Huh. Okay then. I don't really need it. Well, those guards won't be bothering us anytime soon, but we still cannot afford to relax just yet. According to the building plans I stole from the architect of this place, what we are after lies just beyond these doors. Remember, we cannot afford to be too selective. Just take the first one that suits the criteria. Race is of no concern. However, the one you pick must be male. That was a fail. And must have all his motor functions. They failed at that. They can't recognize a female. Allecia takes a deep breath, and you know intimately that she is bracing herself for the task ahead. Okay, I'm ready. You open the door, and I'll be right behind you. They failed. They so grabbed a woman. They grabbed a girl, not a boy. As consciousness returns to you, you find yourself being pulled harshly to your feet by Allecia. You had another waking dream again, didn't you? I can tell from the look of abject horror in your eyes. These dreams, they seem real to you, don't they? Yes, they do. Well, perhaps there is more substance to the dreams than I had first thought. Perhaps that is our next clue to follow. You fainted upon seeing a contraption in the middle of the room. Tell me, can you describe what you saw in the dream? Recount the memory. Allecia frowns thoughtfully. Her eyes locked in deep concentration. Blah blah blah. I can think of only one place that fits the description, but if memory serves, it was destroyed quite some time ago. There's an orphanage not too far out of Coral that once harbored many of the traits you mentioned in your dream. Yet, some time ago, a fire gutted the building, and the deaths that followed prompted the ruler of Coral to close the place. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Yay, map markers! Map markers are awesome! I think it may be advantageous to your quest if we investigate the remains of the orphanage and try to learn what we can. Yay, learning! Alright, let's leave. Let's leave. Gonna run past the silly archaeologists out there. Whee! Running. Because back and forth is exactly what we always want to do. There really should be a back entrance to this place. Make everything so much easier. But at least you memorize your way around pretty quickly. You know when to turn right, when to turn left. You don't have to hesitate at all, ever. All these people are here. Still.
Hi there.
They will be here forever
How
now.
do you do?
Lanterns. Lanterns strategically placed. I do like the little details he puts in here that, you know, after the miners get, like, Allecia put out the bedrolls, and then when she was doing the extra, when she was making it even more, then they added a campfire and a bench. And then when the miners got here, they had that tent, and they also have these little lanterns placed along the pathway. Just these little details are pretty cool. Alright. Off to the orphanage! Actually, that's a... Oh, Alicia wants to talk. Woman? Alright, let's see if I can get her again. Woman. There you are. Have you ever noticed that when you are bored, time seems to slow to a crawl, but when you are enjoying yourself, it passes as if in a second? Well, truth to tell, the day is whiling away at a snail's pace. Let's see if a spot of conversation can help speed it up. What can you tell me of your friend? What can I tell you of him? Well, I suppose I could tell you a great deal, yet you would not understand what I was saying. Suffice to say that he was a great deal like me. We bear similar lineage, attitudes, and capabilities. Yet he was enticingly different. He was extremely confident. Some would call him arrogant. And he feared no opponent. He knew his capabilities intrinsically, and thus he knew that in a world of rules and bounds, he was boundless. He was opinionated, to be sure. At times he was cruel and ruthless, yet he always had a course of direction and a clear understanding of his goals. Am I all that much like him? Alicia takes a long time to answer your question, and you get the distinct impression that she was choosing her words carefully. Your appearances are somewhat similar, not precisely the same, yet there are some certain aspects that are nearly identical. From a distance, one could easily confuse you two to be brothers of a sort. Siblings, I guess, maybe. Yet up close, the differences are noticeable. Yet the main way in which you differ is your persona, and the fact that your minds seem to work differently. My friend was both blessed and cursed by his confidence. It granted him no fear, yet it often led him to underestimating his opponents. You, on the other hand, harbor a more calculating mind. You are still confident in most of your actions, yet you do not let it get the better of you. On top of that, you are not as opinionated as he is, nor as much a slave to habit. You are far more open-minded, willing to embrace new things and new experiences. He was not of that ilk. He was a creature of habit. It is strange how some aspects of you two are identical, yet others are so drastically different. I find it unsettling. Why do you think we are similar? In truth, I am not sure, and even my speculations are both wild and unfounded. Perhaps you are him, and have simply forgotten who you once were by some manner or another. Perhaps you share some distant lineage or relation of which I am unaware. Or perhaps it is merely coincidence. What do you think? We may share an ancestry. I mean, I don't know about myself. That's what this whole quest is about, right? Trying to find my ancestry. So, we may. Let's see. It is interesting that you should think that way, though we still have no real evidence to discount any of the possibilities. Her eyes grow wide as if she has had a revelation of sorts. A thought occurs. Tell me, do you have memories of your childhood? Really, I don't. I do not. No hope there then. If you do not recall your childhood, then it is still entirely possible that you may be missing your memory. I will think on it at length, and perhaps I can come up with an answer over time. Come, let us walk. We can talk again at a later date. And I'm going to pause for now because I am hungry and I've been playing for a while. So, thank y'all for watching. Never cease to be amazing, and bye for now.